Showing up as a confident girl boss is extremely important. And to be perfectly honest, we all don't feel confident 100% of the time. Like, it is rare that I can honestly say that I feel 100% confident, and I'm a confidence coach. And a lot of things play a part of that confidence factor of us showing up confident, showing up radiant, showing up in girl boss style and boss move styles. A lot of that plays a part with our habits. So in today's video, I just want to give you 10 of the daily habits that I take on to feel confident and to be a confident girl boss. Beauty loves, it's your girl Laketta. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Laketta and I am a confidence coach at the Fyi Beauty brand. So again, showing up as a confident girl boss is important, but keep in mind, we are women and we get emotional at the snap of a finger, okay? But as we all know who are in business and who just go through their daily lives, that sometimes we have to turn those emotions off in order to show up as a confident girl boss, because you can't operate out of the emotional part of you 100% of the time, because after all, we are building empires and we are building brands that need to really stand out and speak for themselves. And in order to do that, you have to come about those emotions, and you have to go ahead and implement certain habits in your day in order to fulfill all of your desires, whether it's personal or business. So let's talk about these 10 habits that your girl took on to be this confident girl boss. Bear with me. These are my 10 habits, and I feel that if you can implement some of these into your daily life, you too can show up as confident as you can when going through your business and building that empire that I know you're building, and it's amazing, okay? So before I jump into these habits, I just want to quickly say this. To form a new habit, it takes at minimum 21 days to form a new habit. Now, it depends on the person too, okay? I don't want to say 21 days as a hard number, you know. That's why I say at minimum, because depending on the person, what you feel is priority in your life, it may take me 21 days, it may take someone else to form a new habit 60 to 90 days. It just depends on that person and where they're at in their journey, where they're at in their mindset. So before I jump into these habits that I took on, keep in mind, some habits took me 21 days, some habits took me a little longer, because of course where I was at in my mindset at the time versus, you know, what was priority in my life, or I felt was priority in my life at the time. Number 1, rise early. If you haven't caught my 5-second rule video, I'm gonna link it somewhere in this video, because I want you to just take a look at the 5-second video, because I talk about rising early and the things that I had to do to rise early. So I think it's essential for you to rise at least 1 to 2 hours earlier than what you would normally, how you would normally start your day, because that gives you that self-care time, that gives you that time to collect your thoughts, to write down your to-do list, to meditate, to pray, to do whatever it is that you need to do to gather your thoughts and to prepare your day, to set the tone for your day. Let that be, you know, a new habit that you form, is to rise early. Don't rise right when you need to start your day, or right when you need to jump in the shower, or right when you need to start cooking breakfast. Rise an hour or so earlier, so that you have that me time. You have that time for yourself. You have that time. If you want to read, you can read. If you just want to sit on the side of your bed and just collect your thoughts and just get your breathing patterns together. You do not understand how valuable that time is until you start implementing that habit into your day, where you're able to just take those moments, and it's just you, God, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in. It's you, your makeup, your routine, you brushing your teeth without, people bothering you already. You have no idea how much that would change your entire world, even for you to start just getting things together for, what you do have to do, on your to-do list, for you to wrap your mind around, okay, this is what is going to be my day today, and these are the things that I need to do in order to get it done. That hour or two, it helps you tremendously. So again, I'm going to link that 5-second video in this particular screen somewhere. It's definitely going to be in the description box, so check that out, okay? Number 2, MYOB, mind your own business, okay? I can't tell you how implementing this in your world is like a big thing, okay? It's a big thing. It's a big thing for me, especially when I say mind your own business. If you are a girl boss that's truly passionate about your business and building your empire, you ain't got time to mind nobody else's business. You don't have time to look at Celebrityville to see what this person is doing, what that person is doing, because you are so focused on what your impact is, what you're going to be doing in your business, and how you're going to be serving, the world, the nation, that you don't have time to be watching what everybody else is doing, because you're trying to make something that's authentically you, and pulling this creation, this dream out of you that garners all of your time. So many times I see people that, they're caught up in gossiping, they're caught up in what these celebrities are doing, they're caught up in what Beyonce is doing. Guess what? Beyonce is not on social media looking at what we're doing. That's why she's able to surprise us every single time, because homegirl is like, her and her team is really sitting down and they're thinking, okay, we did this last year, the last time we did something, this is what we did, how can we make that better, how can we, they have that moment and that time, not spending on social media, but just thinking about their strategy and things like that. And I just honestly feel that, like, once I stopped scrolling, because of course these are my habits, so that I had to form. So once I stopped scrolling on social media, I was able to like really hone in what my purpose was, how passionate I was about makeup, about skincare, about motivating other female entrepreneurs to pull the dreams out of themselves. And I was able to really start growing my brand and really start growing what I was trying to do, understanding the impact of what I was doing and the things that I would bring to life from within me, okay? So I say, girl, child, MYOB, mind your own business, okay? Number 3, time block. Time blocking is essential to my business. Time blocking is essential to everything that I do in my life, whether it's business or personal. Time blocking is very imperative. Like it's imperative that you do that. So one of the habits that I had to, take on was really, number 1, identifying what was priority on my list. So here's the thing that I do in my business. At the beginning of the year, and then I do pulse checks with myself all throughout the year. I say, okay, Laketta, what is going to be your main 2 focuses for the year? Once I come up with those 2 focuses, because I always have 2 business goals for the year, and I always have 2 major personal goals for the year. And once I come up with those goals and those goals, then that's when I start, really microing, the task out. And I say, okay, this is what I need to get to get these things done for the year. Now, once I do that, of course, then now you can start putting together your daily, your quarterly goals, up to your 6-month goals. And then, of course, you want to be able to have achieved what you seen there for your 2 business goals and your 2 personal. You want to be able to have achieved that at the end of the year. If you don't, okay, things happen. You can't predict certain things, but time blocking, once you figure those things out and you know what tasks need to happen to make that become a reality for you, then you just put that on a time schedule. When I say a time schedule, like every day I wake up, I say, okay, so from 5 to 6, this is what I'm doing. From 6 to 7, this is what I'm doing. Sometimes I put things on 30 minutes, just depending on if the task is very small. I like to get those done, okay? So I would say from 7 to 7:30, boom, pay this bill. From 7:30 to 8, boom, pay this or vacuum the floor, like whatever it is, okay? And then as it relates to like my business, if I'm like really sitting down trying to get a strategy together for something I'm about to launch in my business, I may say, okay, from 8 to 1 o'clock p.m., this is what I am doing. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I shut down all distractions. I shut down Instagram. I shut down Facebook. I shut down email. I shut down my phone. Half of the time my phone is on airplane mode. So people think I'm ignoring them, but actually my phone is on airplane mode because I am actually working in my business, and I completely shut myself down to get these goals accomplished because my business is very important to me. The content that I come up for you guys and for my clients is very, very near and dear to my heart, because my business is something that's near and dear to my heart. So it's a lot that goes into my business, a lot of emotion, a lot of thinking, a lot of creativity, a lot of that goes into my business, and I take it very serious because I'm a person about results. I don't need to have this huge following, because we all know sometimes followers they don't buy your product. They really don't buy your product. I create content for those that truly need it, and those that are truly ready to really move forward with their goals. That's what I do, And so that's why time blocking is very important to me. You have to block that time off, and you got to say, okay, I'm not going to be answering the phone. Of course, emergencies, yeah, you got to handle that. But everything else, girl, no. Shut it down. Shut it down and get it. Number 4, make time for exercising. I didn't understand how important this was until I really started working for myself and just really being here. Because half of the time I'm in my home, in my room, in front of this camera, talking to the camera. I'm just here. This is what I do. I'm just sitting here talking to the camera, creating content, creating things, and sometimes I lose. You can lose track of time. You can forget to eat breakfast if you're not careful. You can forget to eat your lunch, your snacks in between. Sometimes even your dinner. So you have to be cognizant about those things. You have to understand that you must take care of the vessel in order for you to be a confident business girl boss. Then you want to be able to make sure you're also healthy and fit, okay? We all, especially women, and I'm starting to understand men too. We all have that, something that we don't like about ourselves, or that we're very self-conscious about, that we don't share with others, which I'm not afraid to share it with you guys. I'm very self-conscious about my midsection. So I'm constantly working out. I'm constantly looking at different things that I can eat, different things I can put in my diet, different things I can take out of my diet, because I am a mother of 3. Beautiful kids. And before I had my kids, and even after my first one, my stomach was very flat. I was very toned in that area. I had, I had a 6-pack. I'm gonna say I had a 4-pack, but I was very toned in that area. That was not a problem area for me. But a lot of people say they can't even see a stomach, but I myself feel because I'm used to what my body looks like. So it's very important that I have my lemon water every day. It's very important that I choose what I eat every day. I don't like to eat a lot of fast food. That's not me. So I try my best to cook my meals and prep my meals, and you know, sometimes I do fall off. Sometimes I do forget because I get so busy. So that's what I want to, you know, say as far as my number 4 habit is make sure that you're making time for exercise and taking care of the vessel that God blessed you with to start that business, to put this content out, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's all. Number 5, put systems in place for your business. You want to have systems in place for your business to run an efficient business, and where you're not always having to, you know, sit in front of your computer, send an email. You know, you want to put automated things and systems in place in order for you to have sanity, first of all. In order for you to have sanity, in order for you to have time to create more content, to create more programs, to make a better or more impact with your business, you want to have different systems in place, because let's face it, most of our businesses have different, you know, compartments to it, if you will. They have different compartments, just like my business. You know, I started with just makeup and skincare, but as I started, you know, evolving with my business, you know, I started, you know, coaching women on their personal image, on how to show up confident, how to really start creating a brand, a signature brand to attract the clients that they desire and deserve. So part of my business is me still doing makeup, is me still being that esthetician, but I'm also a confidence coach. So I'm also doing virtual things. I'm also doing speaking engagements. I'm also doing different things. So I have to have these different systems in place in order for me to truly, you know, keep my sanity, be able to create content, be able to run my business, be able to just launch other things that I feel that will be helpful to the next entrepreneur or the female entrepreneur that's coming up, you know, or that's trying to really get her feet out here, trying to take that leap of faith. And you know, it's that's very important for me, is to have systems in place, and it should be very important for you to implement. That's a habit, honey, because a lot of us, our habit is sitting in front of our computers and saying, okay, from this time to this time, we're going to answer all these emails, or looking at our email list, or who's trying to get in contact with us and saying, hey, you know, let me contact you back in 24 to 48 hours. Got your email, let me contact you back in 24 to 48 hours. No, honey, have it when they contact you, something automatically kicks over to them and say, hey, thank you for contacting such and such. We'll respond to you within 24 to 72 hours. Like, you gotta already have that ready to go. That whatever that system, whatever platform you decide to use, you want to already have that stuff ready to go in order for you to keep your sanity and be the best that you can be with yourself and in your business. Number 6, consistency. Let me just say this. This is a habit that I am truly still working on. I've gotten consistent with certain things, but I'm still, even as you guys know, I'm still trying to really be consistent here on YouTube, and to, you know, to be able to grow my following here on YouTube, and to make an impact here as well. So I understand about consistency. I understand how hard it is to be consistent on certain things, you know. I'm consistent in certain areas of my business, as far as when I'm talking about social media. Like, if you catch me on Instagram, and you write Instagram, I'll put it right here. It's Maki_beauty_image. Go out, follow your girl. But I'm very consistent there, and my intentions is always to be as consistent as I am on Instagram, to be as consistent here on YouTube or any other platform that I am utilizing. However, as you all know, here on YouTube, you know, it goes through a process. It's a production, and sometimes my time doesn't allow me to do that, and then that throws my consistency here off, which I am, now putting systems in place. Again, you hear me? Putting systems in place in order for me to be more consistent here as well. And we hopefully won't have any issues, okay? So if you're not consistent, try being consistent so that you can build up that trust, that likability, okay? And then people will start, you know, seeing you as that expert, as that person, that go-to person for whatever niche that you're in. Meditation is truly a habit I had to implement into my day. Pausing in the day just to be present in your mind, just to be present in your breathing is essential. It's a spiritual thing for me because it gives me the time for me to hear who I believe in, which is Jesus Christ. It gives me time to be still, to just think about the things that I've prayed for and just breathe and just let those answers come to me. So I do take time every day to just be, you know, meditate. And at first it was really hard for me. It was tremendously hard for me, like, because my brain is always going, I'm always thinking, okay, I'm always thinking, and I had to get to a point where, okay, look, you need to turn your brain off. Like, you gotta turn it off. Like, and one of the ways for me to do that was meditation. At first, you know, I started with, okay, let's just try 5 minutes. Because sometimes I couldn't even meditate for a full minute. Like, it was crazy. So I would try 5 minutes. And then I started trying the guided meditations. And those was working like really, really good for me. Like, they worked really well for me. But I wanted to get into the mantras. And I wanted to be able to just sit there and close my eyes and just really hear myself, you know, just really breathe and just hear the inner workings, like that negative talk that always happens. You want to be able to, because then you can identify where is that coming from. I know if you've never meditated before, this may sound really weird to you, but it's the God honest truth that when you're meditating, you start getting the answers. You start truly getting the answers. So I would say that is a habit that I would highly recommend, is to start meditating. Number 8, you must be goal-oriented. Whew. This is because, and the reason why I took a breath is because that's part of what I do. I help you create strategies and put your goals down on paper and map out your goals. I'm very, very big about mapping goals out. And that's a huge part of being successful. That's a huge part of being a girl boss. Not every girl boss started out confident. Confidence is not built overnight. It's a process, and part of that process is you being goal-oriented. It's you getting those thoughts out of your mind and onto paper, and then categorizing them. Like, is this really what you want to do, or is this was just something you was just like really thinking about and you can kind of put it in your not right now pal, versus I need to get this done, because it's all about you making an impact, you spreading light, love, and knowledge. You know, that's what I'm all about, spreading light, love, and knowledge. I don't believe in negativity. We have so much of that going on in the world. I believe right now there needs to be an abundance of light, love, and knowledge. You know, I don't believe in holding back any of the knowledge that I know will help the next person, or the next woman that's trying to come up. Reach one, teach one, right? That is the motto. Reach one, teach one. You know, I heard Denzel Washington say that, and it just resonated with me so much, because that's what it's all about, is reach one, teach one, you know? And that's part of, you know, mapping the goals out. Like, I would love to teach you how to map your goals. If that's something that you struggle with, I would love to teach you how to do that, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to make a dream a reality, because you have to put a due date. First of all, you got to get your dream out of your head and onto paper. And then you got to take that dream that's on paper, and you got to create goals to go with that dream. But not only do you need to create goals, you got to put due dates by these goals in order for to become reality, for it to manifest in the physical realm. Like you've got to have due dates by this stuff, or else it's just goals. It's just goals on paper. Like seriously, like I don't know how else to say it. Like it's goals on paper. Okay, like there's nothing being done. Like you like looking at it like, girl, here's a goal. Here's a goal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. But you ain't doing it. It's all about getting what's in here on paper, taking what's on paper, and then categorizing it. What's really something that you're going to be working on, what you're not going to be working on, and then it's, hey, let me go ahead and put some tasks to these goals. Let me put some due dates by each task, and then overall for the goal itself needs to have a due date. Not only the task to get it done needs to have a due date, but the goal itself needs to have a due date. Okay, so you want to really, you want to start a podcast. Oh, girl, I love it. You want to start a podcast? Okay. When do you want to start a podcast? When is the podcast going to start? Okay, go ahead and set that as a due date. And then do your many tasks to make that become a reality. But those many tasks need to have a due date. So that way on that major, that hard due date, everything is ready to go. You done made that into the physical realm. It done manifested, girl. So I say for you to be a confident girl boss, one of the habits is you gotta be goal oriented. You can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it. You gotta get off your butt and you gotta start taking action. You gotta shut this up and just start going. Just start going, girl. Just start going. Just start moving. As you start moving, your intuition, your internal navigation system is going to start guiding you, but it don't know how to direct you if you're not moving. That's just how it is. That's just the way that I see it, at least. Number 9, update your inner circle. This is, I must say, it's the most painful piece of growth, of personal growth, of just growing spiritually, growing personally, growing financially, growing, career-wise, business. That piece, as far as, I'm not saying let go of your current friends, because there are certain friends that I didn't let go of, but when I say change your inner circle, like who you're around, the majority of the time. You have to take a look around, because let's face it, you are the sum of the average of the people that you hang around, right? So you have to look around you. You gotta pay attention to that. You gotta pay attention, okay, when I'm talking about goals, when I'm talking about my business, when I'm talking about this, when I'm talking about that, what are the other people around me talking about? Like, what are they doing? Do they have goals that they're working towards? Or are we still just doing the same thing we were doing last year, 5 years ago? What are we doing here? And it may be painful. It may be painful when you look around and say, okay, I really need to change who I'm around. You're like, I really need to change and get in a group where I'm around people that's doing more than me, because that's what it's about. I'm going to tell you like this, for myself, I love to be in a group where there's someone doing so much more than me, and then there may be someone that is not doing as much as me, because not only am I striving to continue to grow to who I aspire to be, but then I'm also reaching back and helping someone else come up to where I'm currently at, and hopefully that person is pulling the next person behind them up, and so on and so forth. That way we continue to be united and help each other grow, whether it's personal, whether it's personal or business or what have you, spiritually. There's always things that we can do to help each other, and that's what it's all about for me. And that's why I say you have to change your inner circle. You have to look at the 5 people that you're around the most and decide, are these people truly good for where I see myself going? And sometimes listen, it's okay if you look around and say, I'm sorry, I gotta find me some new friends. It's okay. Listen, it happens. It's going to happen. And you're just going to have to just take your emotions out and move on. You know, you're just going to have to do it. I don't know what to tell you. What you want me to tell you? Don't do it, girl. No, do it. And then my last habit is dress for it. Whatever it is, dress for it. I don't care if it's, you know, you wanted to start a business. You haven't started it yet, but you want to start a business. You know what target audience you're looking for, and you want to reach that target audience. You know, dress for it means that you may have to reevaluate how you show up. You will have to reevaluate how you show up. That's no question. There's no question. You will have to reevaluate how you show up. You know, you may not like to wear makeup, but you may want to put on some lashes, you may want to put some mascara on, you may want to put some lip gloss on, maybe some foundation. Not saying you have to wear makeup, but I'm saying that you may want to up the ante with how you show up and how you come across, because let's face it, you are making a first impression every time someone sees you. Every single day you jump online, every single day you walk out your door, you are making a first impression for someone. Someone is basing what, you know, who you are, what you're about, and if you're important or not, just by how you show up. And if you show up all sloppy and just not put together, hair not done, that's how they're gonna perceive you. They gonna feel like, okay, she or he don't care about themselves, so why would I want to purchase from them? Why would I want to, you know, even get to know what they are all about, you know? So you have to think about dressing for it, whatever it is. Like I myself, and I'm a makeup artist, I had to think about, okay, Laketta, what kind of, who are you resonating with? What audience are you trying to reach? And I had to reevaluate, you know, who I was. You know, I'm not saying be someone completely different. You can reach your audience by being yourself, but showing up poised and polished. So yeah, I'm not saying that you have to wear a full face of makeup. You don't have to dress in a business suit. You don't have to do all of that. You just have to be authentic to who you are, but you do need to have a signature style. You do need to come across poised and polished. You do need to implement these things and make these things a habit for you, that you're always reassessing and reevaluating these different elements of yourself in order for you to continuously attract the crowd that you want. Because we all know, we've all been there, especially me when I first started my business, was attracting people that would never buy from me, and I could never figure out why am I attracting these type of people. And it's because I had not looked at my personal brand at all. Like I had not really looked at my personal brand. I was all, I'm gonna say in a way, I was feeling myself. Like I was feeling myself, meaning I'm not gonna say I was arrogant, but I was naive. I was like, oh, I got makeup on, da 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 da. Like I'm gonna attract the people that I want. No, no, I wasn't. I was not. I had to look at the entire package, down to my marketing. Down, when I say my marketing, like when I do my photo shoots, those are pictures that's being used on my marketing material. So what am I doing with my photo shoots? What the theme of my photo shoots? What's going on? Like how am I positioning myself? How, like, what colors am I wearing? What outfit am I wearing? Like different things like that is going to resonate with someone, whether it be someone you want to contact you or someone you don't want to contact you. So you have to always look at your packaging, because you know you ain't finna go in the store and buy that beat up box of cereal. You gonna reach behind that box of cereal and get the one with the corners. It's straight, honey. It's straight. It looks like it ain't even been touched by nothing. Okay? It looks like God himself put it together. Like, that's the one you're gonna go for. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Like I'm not the type of person that's going to hold anybody's hand and say, you know, Well, no, you have to look at your branding, your personal image. It's your business card. Always remember that your personal image is your business card. That's just what it is. I just don't know what else to tell you. Okay, I don't. So these are the 10 habits that I implemented to become a confident girl boss and to stand out as a confident girl boss, and it has tremendously changed my entire world. Okay, it's changed how I do business, how people do business with me, who contacts me, who doesn't contact me. That's important. Okay, that is truly important, because you want people, when they see you and they know you ain't about that BS, like you're about business. Okay, yes, you can contact me at any time, and we can do a session together, but don't think that you're going to contact me and waste my time, because my time is very valuable. And that is the way that you come across as a confident girl boss, that people know, okay, I'm not even going to contact this chick until I'm ready, or I'm not even going to come up to him because he about that business. He ready for whoever contacts him. He's ready for us to go. Like, it's always good to do discovery calls, rather, even in my makeup business, especially with brides. Like, of course I do bridal trials. You want to know why I do bridal trials? Because sometimes you're just not a good fit. Like, you're not a good fit. And the one thing that I learned as a makeup artist is that I didn't go into business for myself to be stressed out. When I say, if a client, as far as the makeup part of my business, if a client is not good for me, their energy is off. Like, I'm a big fan of, and I'm a big fan of energy. Like, and I'm very in tune with energy. And if your energy is off, if I feel drained, like I just need to go take a nap, like I feel negative after being around you, we're not a good fit. We're not a good fit, because that's not what I want. I mean, I don't want that I don't want that to rub off on me, and I don't want to take that to somewhere else, because energy is carried. And that's a whole nother video. But I just wanted you to know these 10 habits that I implemented into my business, and hopefully you can implement into your lifestyle in order for you to show up confident as a confident girl boss, because I know you're already confident, but we all can stand to learn some new habits, and I'm open to some new habits myself. So if you have habits that works for you that I didn't name, just go ahead and hit that down in the comments section, because I would love to know what habits I could continuously implement into my daily habits. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that you are notified whenever I release another video.